up next is the members of AIR for Asian American Interpretive Realities. They will be performing a collaborative piece called Food for Thought, and a tasty and delicious insight into histories, identities, experiences, and cultures of the witty and beautiful women of AIR. Tracy Zhu, who will be performing first, she will be referring to one of the 5 cultural houses on campus called ACE House, or the Asian Center for Empowerment. Well, please welcome AIR, and I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Recipe for dinner for an Ace House sitter at 10 p.m. on a Monday when she hasn't eaten all day. Main course. Add 1 Ace House sitter with 4 cups of post-colonial thought. Stir and beat well with 2 books by B.J. Prashad until light and fluffy. Heat in the microwave for 2 minutes and serve warm. I've been chewing and munching and punching for a long time now on what multicultural and diversity means. Does it mean sitting around a large open table like the one in the Last Supper, eating pineapple, okra, green beans, chitlins, tamales, bubble tea, curry, dal, lychee, plantains, and cheese? Does it mean not just sitting with white folks, but with folks whose sun-gleamed, dense skin tones come from all latitudes and climates of the earth? Does it mean eating each other's foods and making sure the whiteness isn't blinding our eyes? Does it mean taking some of you, and some of you, and maybe some of you, and then, nah, we've got enough of this color, so we don't need all of you, so you just need to wait for another savior. Is this the diversity I've been chewing on? For appetizer. Pandasa. Mix together 3 teaspoons of yeast, 4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, and 1 cup of water. Allow pandasa dough to rise.
Break bread, break fast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's what I was taught in school. That's why before school I have tocino and rice with fried egg, queso puti, fried in butter, stuffed in pandesal, sardinas and sky flakes, yakult and pancakes. That's why there are lines at 5 in the morning in front of Bubon pandesal. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Drink your milk, anak. It is this: rice or pandesal, longanisa or marmalade. Like, we can choose which part of ourselves we will taste today. Spanish colonization, Japanese occupation, American annexation. Rice or pandesal, longanisa or marmalade. Like rice, like the outbreak of beriberi when the Americans decided we should be fed white rice. Thiamine deficiency to the benefit of this country. Why would we want brown when white is better? I'll decide again for you because you can't decide for yourselves. Rice or pandesal? Longanisa or marmalade? Like rice still grown from fields still owned by old Spanish blood. I call it a democracy to legitimize a lineage of feudal lords while agri-funds are taken from the people and wasted on election campaigns. Charity and bribery. These days, global politics knows not the fine line. Democracy means I have the right to choose. Rice or pandesal? Longanisa or marmalade? What do you think, anak? Compliments to the chef? Tita, I can't complain. It satisfies the cravings in my capitalist brain. My buy 10 for $10 or passion for 2 pesos a piece? I'll take it for free. I don't care where it comes from because I'm hungry. Feed me. people who brought it to me never own it, constantly citing history, the recipe for removing agency, digesting my colonized mentality, my questionable identity, and serving it. This emptiness becomes me. Rice and pandesal, longganisa and marmalade, I want to taste it. Have it become me without becoming it. Make peace with the skin I own and the skin I inherit. Practice the skill of crafting recipes made to create meals that break fast, break bread.
For a side dish, 3 servings of kimchi, and maybe a bowl of rice.
Enter a Korean house. It will give it all away. Because on every table, it is there to stay.
Spicy, tangy, sour, red against the rice. Pickled cabbage is what we're supposed to like.
Because when you're Korean, you're bound to know that kimchi is sort of your life.
It's a cultural icon, representing not just a food, but a land, a way of life, a people. A culture discovered.
A culture left behind. Yet, something this central cannot be forgotten. It is interwoven throughout my history, our history.
Taste calling us back. When with just one bite, it all comes back.
Spicy, tangy, sour,
Red against the rice. Kimchi,
it's sort of our life.
For dessert, 3 servings of red bean on shaved ice, 4 servings of taro bubble tea, 10 servings of sticky rice and lotus root, and 4 servings of red bean soup.
I've eaten more cheese in the past 2 years than I have in my whole life before that. And that's not to say I went out of my way to eat cheese. It's just, well, I'm sure you guys know. After all, we go to the same dining halls. There's just so much cheese. Yeah. American cheese, Provolone cheese, Swiss cheese, Blues cheese, mac and cheese, grilled cheese. I've never eaten so much cheese. Because my whole life before that, I've eaten Chinese food. A taste of my mom's home cooking. A taste of Shanghai, of my mother's roots, of my roots. Actually, roots are pretty tasty. Like lotus roots, which make a fabulous dessert. Or taro roots, which are one of my favorite flavors of bubble tea. My other favorite flavor is red bean. I like red bean because it makes things sweet without having to add the pounds of sugar that go into American desserts. There's red bean ice cream, red bean smoothies, red bean mochi, red bean cakes, red bean soup, and red bean on shaved ice. Now you might be thinking, what's so great about shaved ice? Obviously, you've been missing out. It's not just the delicious taste of red bean, but also the cold, fluffy ice that just melts on your tongue. Speaking of tongues are also delicious. like cow tongues, marinated in alcohol, served in slices as a cold dish, or hot pot with duck tongues. Goes so well with satay. We're never going to see that in the dining halls. No, instead we get stuff like Chinese orange chicken, Oriental beef, sweet Asian chili pasta saute, and General Cho's chicken. I doubt General Cho, whoever he was, ever tasted General Cho's chicken, and if he did, he probably didn't like it. As for tofu, I love tofu. Absolutely love it, which is why I did my best to stay away from it when I'm here, because the stuff in the dining halls isn't like anything I've ever eaten growing up. And don't even get me started on the rice. Of course, once in a while, we get Chinese gracious dinner, and I don't have to cringe at chewy meat drowned in orange sauce. Chinese gracious actually tastes a little bit like what I eat at home. And so, when I sit down to have my Chinese gracious dinner, yes, I am grateful. But I still have to try to not think about how, even if